God. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. Pay me no attention. I have no idea what's going on with my time. I am confused about the entire time zone. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Catherine? I know. Welcome back. And you're modded. It's good. So, it's a solo stream. Autumn is not here today, but Autumn is closer to me than normal. Autumn is within like a few miles. So, yay. Yay. Anyways, it's time. Well, give me a second. Probably didn't add it in, but I'm going to add it in right now. A lot of things changed in StreamYard last week, so everything's better but also worse at the same time. So, but it is time for the question of the day. And the question is, do you feel like you're putting true effort into your music? So, this question kind of comes from an interview that I saw with Moby about a week ago or something. And it was actually an interesting interview. I don't really know Moby's music a ton, but Moby was talking about how the tools are so good today. And that he was saying this is possibly the reason why he felt like music, or why people just think a lot of music is like boilerplate. So basically, all the tools are so good that to get to like people will go 80% of the way, and 80% with the tools today just sounds so good that people just decide, okay, 80% is like, that's good enough. Like, I'll release that. So that's why I asked the question, like, are you really putting like your truest effort into it? Meaning like, I'm not saying music should be hard, but I feel like it should feel like a challenge to you when you're doing something. Shout out Moby. What's up, Analog Wings? Says, I'm dropping an album at midnight that I worked on for 3 years. Does that count? I think it does. I feel like if, you know what? Okay, so this is a good point. Like 3 years, I feel like it would be hard for me to release an album for 3 years because I would always be like, the oldest songs end up sometimes not feeling like they're fitting the vibe you're going for or something. I don't know. Like, I have to have like a concept for what I'm doing, and then I can like execute better. But that's interesting. Let's see. How can? Oh man. Where is it going to be released? Let us know. Is it going to be on Bandcamp? It's Bandcamp Friday tomorrow, right? Yeah. Jillian says, my music has been sorely neglected for at least 2 to 3 years now, but I hope to correct that soon. Correct that at some point very soon. 2 to 3 years. You know what? Time flies. Time like goes by super fast. So, especially like post, 2020, like time just feels like it just evaporates, and people are just so lost in time, to be honest, right now. I feel like, people's lives are like wasting away in a way. Anyway, they just don't know it. Like, I don't even know it sometimes. Chicano says, right now, honestly, no effort at all. But once I get some plans moving forward, I will. Yeah. I feel like effort is really, I feel like I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of people who just seem to have no like hope in the future. I don't even know what that's called, but like, just the mind is like a very powerful thing, right? And so I think that like there's a huge community of people who just they see the way things are now, and seeing tomorrow being like better, I think it affects a lot of things, you know? Yeah. Bandcamp Friday. I saw that it's like sponsored by Roland this week. I got an email about it. Catherine says, I think Moby has a really good point. I think working with hardware made me realize how many shortcuts I used. I'm really hoping to start putting a lot more effort into my art, musical or otherwise. Yeah, like it's I don't know how sometimes I'll listen. Okay, so I remember listening to Flying Lotus's I'm Dead in 2015, and I mean, I think that's his best album. I know some people pick like Flagger or My Grandma, whatever, the album that came after that. And I'll always sit back and say, like, I think I'm Dead really captures, to me, the like peak of progressive jazz, hip hop, electronic crossover in a way. It feels like it's doing everything right. And it just feels like so much effort went into that album. And there's great people on that album too. So it doesn't feel like any part of that album is like phoned in or whatever. Catherine said, yeah, which is interesting. I'm really happy to see a music company sponsoring it. I wonder how much that cost them, but I'm definitely happy to see people, getting behind Bandcamp Friday again. It felt like it was gone for a while. So I don't know. Analog Wing says, would it be weird to drop codes in the chat? I'm sure it's fine. If it shows up, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If it shows up. What's up, Aquatic Borealis? It's called dysmia? What's that? I know what you're saying. How do you, whatever. Is it like dystopia? Dysthymia? Dystopia? Dysthymia? What's up, Sam, man? What's going on? Cosmogram is the best. Sorry, Noir. I mean, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll give it a listen. I think maybe I'm way too attached to I'm Dead. Probably was like a specific time, in my life. Interesting. Okay, Paul Hardcastle made a video about why he doesn't do dance music anymore. The TLDR is it's too easy and it's not satisfying challenge for him. Then he made a dance track in like 5 minutes to demonstrate. I mean, you know what? I want to say it's too easy, but I also feel like is that bad for me to say things are too easy? Feels too easy sometimes? I don't know. But you know what I do know? It's time for Around the Web. Really, I feel like so lonely without Autumn. That's why I brought her on this stream. But you know what? We're going to do it. We can do it. We can do it, guys. You guys are the co-hosts. So, first up on Around the Web. This just caught my eye. It was a video from today from, of course, my favorite company, the holograms, the holograms. So Hologram dropped a synthesizer and chroma console video. So let's check it out. I haven't listened to it, so 3, 2, 1, go.
This synthesizer is from the early 1970s and it's called the ARP Odyssey. You can see here in this ad that at the time it was the world's #1 synthesizer. undisputed. It was one of the first duophonic synths, which means you can play more than one note at a time, which was not very common in that era of synthesizers. It's got 2 oscillators, 1 LFO, and some other specs, but something that's really cool about this synthesizer are the color-coordinated sliders that help you navigate the synth and organize it into an easily discernible interface. We definitely had a similar idea in mind when designing Chroma Console, so without further ado, let's hear how these 2 pieces of music gear sound together.
Okay. I didn't know what to expect. That was very dirty. Absolutely extremely dirty sounding. This video is for people who is this video for people who don't know what an old synth is, or for people who don't know what modern pedals can do? I don't know why that's funny to me, because like I mean, I'm not saying nothing special happened in the video, but just kind of like, huh, interesting. What's up, Pliskin? What's going on? I love my Korg Odyssey. What's going on? Trade to Living, what's going on? Chicano says, I know Post Malone says he thinks trap is too easy for him. That's why he wanted to pivot musically a little bit. I mean, I guess like things like country are really in. I hear this artist called Shabuzi all the time. I don't even know what song that is, but seems like there's a lot of changes happening. I mean, I think that there will be a lot more live type stuff going on. That's just my thought regarding like music, like with just genres changing, not genres changing, but just like, you know, to me, what was the most exciting thing that happened in hip hop in like the last 3 years is like a beef. That's it. Like, just, it doesn't feel like it's getting pushed heavily forward in the mainstream right now, that genre. So totally makes sense. So, okay. What we have next is, oh, this was cool. So I'd been looking at this Herbs and Stones, one of these pieces from them, and I saw this video, and it was like a lo-fi beat with the 404 and a Herbs and Stones. So I thought, you know what? Let's check it out, right? Let's see what this is all about. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. What's this app again? This is, somebody put that in the chat. I forgot what that app is, but I forgot what that is. Exactly, Jillian. See? Making millions of dollars was just too simple. I don't know if I call that lo-fi beat. It was very dirty. This is like the dirtiest 2 around the webs ever of all time. I think it's, I don't actually know what this Herbs and Stones 3 stems is. I know like the gentle wham. I've heard of the foam or something. What is it? Something foam and whatever. But yeah, it was definitely like dirty fi or whatever. Hi-fi. Yeah, this is immediately gonna go on what's that thing called? Chill? The girl who chills in the what I'm horrible. The girl who chills in the room and she's a cartoon and they have lo-fi. Lo-fi girl. There she is. The girl who chills in the room and she's the lo-fi. Yeah. The cat girl. Yeah, this is you know what's crazy? I found out that like, you know, Lo-Fi Girl is like, it's like a corporation. It's kind of weird. What's up, Tony? What's going on? I was looking the other day at like Lo-Fi Girl I was actually looking at it for like design reasons or whatever. So I was kind of like thinking about the design, and it led me down the rabbit hole of like, what is Lo-Fi Girl? And it was like an entire like company. It was kind of interesting, kind of weird. I was wondering, was it a company before it was Lo-Fi Girl, or did Lo-Fi Girl just generate so much 24-hour YouTube revenue that it became a company, you know? I don't know. Anyway, Tony, how's the travel? Or are you back? No, I don't think you're back yet. I know nothing is pure yet. Yeah, all that YouTube revenue. Oh no. Are you stuck in a typhoon? Are you in like Southeast Asia? Is that why? I know that every time I talk on the phone to our like the team in Southeast Asia, they're it's a typhoon, monsoon, or whatever all the time. Okay, so first up tonight, and I haven't heard this, but it just came out. It's time to look at the Behringer. What is this? The Behringer. Oh, the grind, the bumping grind, the grinding, the Behringer Grind. I don't even know what this. Oh yeah, I think it's like the. I think it's Platts or something in. They just put Platts in something. I don't know. Let's listen to it. See what this sounds like. No idea.
So is any synth a
If you don't know how to make chords, this is it.
You can drag one of these chord progressions and
Oh my god,
boom,
he's
just
hitting
like
you with the chord pack.
that.
Oh my god. Oh, I hit you with that.
Holic will tell you satisfying those cravings isn't always the easiest thing. It can leave you feeling a little bit on edge sometimes, let's say. And even then, you're still trying to spice things up. But before you can sprinkle the spice, you first got to grind. Bet you didn't see this one coming. So over the years, we've been slowly adding to the producer series, first with the Crave, and then last year we released the Edge. And it's a collection we're really excited to further expand. And what better way to add to an all-analog lineup than with this little unexpected gem, introducing Behringer Grind.
Real quick, what's up, Viral Beats? What's going on? I feel like I haven't seen you on the web. I'm hoping you're well. But, you know, if I don't see you, I think something's wrong. But anyways.
And what sets the Grind apart is its unique hybrid semi-modular design. So while the other models are fully analog, the Grind blends the best of both worlds with digital oscillators and an analog signal path, offering a super versatile sound palette capable of making anything from ripping leads, lush chords, ethereal pads, to crunchy percussion and thumping drums. And this is due to its formidable selection of 24 digital oscillator types, consisting of 10 different synth engines, 10 percussion and noise engines, and 4 extended engines, and still some room left for future expansion. Pretty cool. It's got multifunctional timbre, harmonics and morph controls, allowing you to sculpt those wave shapes to perfection. And in the analog section, you've got that classic 24 dB ladder filter. I mean, you can never go wrong with the ladder filter, right? It's equipped with an envelope generator with attack, decay, sustain, a vibrato modulation control, LFO with square and triangle waves, there's the glide control.
This is like the only new thing that Behringer has like made that makes me say, you know what? Okay, I could see this. I don't really care about the virtual analog engine. I want to see. Let's try the chords engine. Let's see what that sounds like.
Transpose. Harmonics changes the chord type.
This is Platts, right? You guys, this is isn't this like open source thing? I don't know if someone said that in here, but someone shoot like what this is. Yeah, I know. R.I.P. Behringer guy, man. Let's see. It's Platts. Okay, so Winfield, what's up? Says it's mostly Platt sounds, but some Behringer stuff too. Okay. A shame the alternative Platts firmware never got updated. Catherine says, yeah, it's Platts with a few analog modules into a semi module. I mean, the thing is, I get kind of bored of just like the analog thing. Like it's so limited, in the way that they implement it. So like having like a digital front end with all the patch points too, like it could be pretty cool. Yes, I'm saying a Behringer thing is cool. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily buy it, but just like, it's kind of a standalone thing too with the sequencer and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm not mad at it.
And morph changes the waveform. Based on a TD3 inspired patch. And in this one, the timbre controls the low pass filter. And if we want more of that distinctive 303 punchiness, we can flick on the low pass gate. There we go.
I mean, what are you supposed to say? It sounds good. I don't know. Like, you know, I never hated on Behringer for anything other than just them being like turds as a weird corporate turds. But like, what are you supposed to say? Like, this is gonna literally be like $150 in like a year. I mean, it's good.
The morph control increases the envelope amount.
It's like $8.
The harmonics acts as the resonant.
All right, see you, Tony. Keep safe traveling and stay dry.
We can also do some interesting voicings with the high pass ladder filter.
Like, no one can say it sounds bad. Like, I don't know. The price point, I don't know. Let's see if they, just scroll, see if they say. I mean, there's no way it's more than $200. They're all in the three. Yeah, I mean, maybe because it's coming out, but I mean, it's going to drop so quick. I like that bass. I like this bass sound.
And you can also push the harmonics control even further to go into some nice bitey distortion.
I mean, I guess I didn't really have to try that hard since they're using a literal already created like engine by what was her name? I'll put the name of the person who created the whole like Platts engine. Let's see. Here we got a rain engine. Is that in? I think this is like a percussive engine. Maybe not. I mean, look, why do people hate on Behringer again? Like, I understand that they're like lame as a company and so people don't like them, but like, honestly, it's hard for me to take like a position of just like, you know how people, I'm a person who really tries to separate the art from the artist, because every time I really like an artist, they have 1,000 bottles of baby oil at their house. So, or they got the women in the dungeon. So every time I like an artist, so I got to separate it so that I can still listen to, Trapped in the Closet, all 11 parts. But yeah, honestly, I just like, I don't know. Just like stepping away from just like the synth community of hating on Behringer, if whoever does whatever, it's just really hard to be like, what a piece of crap. It's a thing, and it sounds fine. Like, and it's gonna be cheap. Maybe children will lose their arms, but they're not my arms, I guess. So I'm just kidding. That's very sad. Here's a story I wanted to cover more actually than anything. Now it doesn't come with anything other than an article, but so Future Music magazine has printed its last issue, and y'all know I made the magazines video. So magazines are very important to me as like a nostalgic, just a nostalgic part of my life. Anyway, the story goes, after 400 issues, Future Music magazine as a single entity on its own, it's over for them. And I mean, they're not the first. There's literally a list of like hundreds of magazines in the music niche that are dead now. And it's just like a sign of the times. Like, things are condensing. This is good. This Future Music's gonna sort of be rolled into Music Radar now. And like they will come back like vinyl. Maybe. Oh, thanks, Julian. I love that video. But like things are just changing and they're not going to go back to the way they were outside of like heavy, like I don't know, could magazines come back? It seems like magazines couldn't come back for the reason of like two things. It's like there's not enough of an audience, and the audience that would be into the retro version of a magazine, I mean, I think they're even sort of like going away. Like my dad doesn't read a newspaper. My mom doesn't read a newspaper. They're like super, well, I don't want to say super old, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like they're not going to do it. So, what's up, Eleni? What's going on? Anyways, it just seems like a lot of things are going this way. People don't go to forums anymore. They just they rant on YouTube. That's where all the anger is now. That's kind of what I feel like. A lot of the places where people used to rant about things, useless places, they would rant about, I watched like a loop hop video today, not today, but like I watched a loop hop video recently, and I just went to the comment section like the first day, like the first like 20 minutes. And, the best part about magazines is there's no comment section, right? You read an article, it's over, you enjoyed it, that's sort of the end of it. It's not like 8 billion comments of like people who are like triggered by something. But, old types of media, the forums and the music magazines are all just sort of trickling away. But it's still sad to me because I used to love to read. I still love Sound on Sound, but I used to like to get Sound on Sound physically. I think, one of my favorite Felix the Housecat albums came bundled with Remix Magazine in like 2014 or 13 or something like. So bittersweet. And I guess that, there's nothing really more to say. Yeah, I mean, what's up, Banty, by the way? Yeah, I mean, people just want to be entertained fast, and video is the best way to entertain people fast. I guess in a way, it's kind of going to become the same thing as a magazine eventually, right? Like, video on YouTube or any platform, once that platform goes away, those videos, unless they become heavily part of the culture, they also go away. So, I don't know. Frank Banhan says, Sound on Sound is great. I try to buy articles as much as I can from them. Yeah, it's weird. I still like Sound on Sound enough to spend the like $1.49 for an article, because they put it on like 1 or 2 months, like hold or something. I don't know what you call it, but only for subscribers for like 1 or 2 months, and I'll still buy the article and get the PDF, download and everything. But yeah. Also, young people don't read. It's true. Or any people. Yeah. Trey Livy says, Bat Boy in the National Enquirer will always be a fun moment. Now what's going on, Some? What's going on? Yeah, it's... So anyways, I guess you can read future music in your in your music radar now, and it could be, you know, you can read these things alongside the Synth Tuber of the Year award, which is just like a ploy to get people to click on the magazine. It's a click funnel. But anyways, what's up? Pat Brady says, magazines like FM had a 30 release cycle for music news. This cannot compete with the web. Yeah. Because, you know, it's so quick to get a manufacturer. Like even I remember this morning, someone from a company reached out and was like, hey, have you downloaded like our new firmware for like our new synthesizer? And meaning I own the synthesizer and they want me to like, this is their way of like hoping that they can like send me an email and I'd make a video, which little do they know, I don't make videos in general. So, joke's on you. But yeah. Anyways, R.I.P. Future Music. Put F's in the chat for future music. F's in the chat for future music. But finally, a perfect reason to put F's in a chat. So X101 says they should have folded these magazines ages ago. Wait, am I reading this wrong? Oh, I see. They should have folded those mags ages ago, as there was so much overlap. Future music, computer music, yeah, music radar, electronic music magazine. I mean, some have a special niche, like Keyboard Magazine is a very niche, and I think Keyboard Magazine, it makes sense for performers, like especially contemporary performers. Like say you want to get like a chart of like a very new hip song, you know, like a keyboardist does like a hip song or something, like you can get that at Keyboard Magazine. But like just giving you like literal, I don't want to call them biased, because I'm not saying they're biased. It's just you're getting very very like middle of the road type reviews of new stuff, like over and over. Like that's what Future Music and Electronic Musician Magazine, like they have some articles, but they're just, you know, Oh, this is crazy. Look at these F's. Anyway, what's up, Rustic? What's going on? M, is this M for music? Future music? So Julian says, there could still be a place for magazines. As NoirEtBlancVie pointed out, much of it was serving as promo copy, but there are glossy coffee table books people would love to as merch. Yeah, I mean, you just got to put something in there people really want. Like, you've got to be, and I don't know what it is, but like it has to be like exclusive. Like you almost have to sell. I mean, I'll call it corn. You almost have to make a magazine full of corn, but the corn is like a music thing. Like, imagine if you could sell a magazine and it was like, check out the prototype of the new synthesizer, but they're only in the magazine. Like, the problem is the magazines are slow, so you can get the information out digitally faster. The magazines are reliant on ads, so the manufacturers who are also sending you the stuff are also putting ads in the magazine, so there's a conflict of interest. And also, where are you going to get it from? Where are you going to be able to distribute a paperback book, essentially, a magazine? Like, it's just not, yeah. Yeah, nice. Just balancing the F's and the M's. Frank says, are there people on Substack into Synths? Yeah. Yeah. Richard Living says, wonder if there was ever DIY zines for music gear like there was for other stuff. I don't know. I feel like yes. I definitely see a market for doing something like that. I think it'd be cool. You know, really get like a mailing list together. Really like serve a very small audience. Kind of like, I feel like Tape Op. I would still get paper issues of Tape Op magazine if I cared. I hope Tape Op stays around a long time. That's one of the few magazines I legitimately have always trusted, like heavily. I love Tape Op magazine. Anyways, topic's done. What are y'all interested in talking about this evening? I have a piece of gear coming. I know y'all are mad. I didn't affirm it, don't worry. I bought it straight up. But finally one came up for sale, and the only other one was the only other one that they had for sale was $13,000 because this person's an idiot and they're freaking being a price gouging annoying idiot. But I always wanted one of these things, so I bought one. I'm not going to say what it is, but it'll be here eventually. And I literally told the guy, like, he's like, hey, if you have any questions, I was like, oh, don't worry, I already have one. I just really wanted to, it's a vanity purchase. I just want to put it in my rack next to my other thing. So, and it was like, I only bought it for $1,500, but yeah, that person selling it for $13,000 is like an idiot, and it's really annoying. So, and yeah, Tape Op is amazing. I don't even know why. It just, Tape Op feels like you're reading something a friend wrote in a way. Like some of the issues, sure, some of the articles are not the same, but just it feels like the people who they have doing it are really actually in the mix of like making records or something, and just feels genuine the whole time. No, it's not a manly. I already have the only manly I really want, which is the new Mew. Yeah. Will I ever do a studio tour now after what's been going on in my rag is too much? I got some new gear too. Apparently I'm going to get Colossus. Oh no. I mean, can you not see? I'm not good at, I hate, computer screens are my weakness with glasses. Let's see. Tape Op had a lot of articles relevant to people who were really passionate about performing, recording, mixing, and mastering. Yeah, it just felt like it was really people hanging out with the gear that was sent to them, and they're like, "Oh, let me try it out." And then they tried it, and then they wrote like a review about it, and it just felt very organic. I always liked it. Oof. Aquatic Borealis, you're waiting on a Muse? I feel like, where did you order it from, by the way? And I'm not trying to promote Zounds. I just feel like I heard someone order one from Zounds, and it came like very soon, like within a week or something. Matt Z, which camera are you getting? Let me think. What camera would you get? I mean, you're doing this all day, every day, so I was going to say the Pixis 6, but I feel like it can't be the Pixis 6. Oh, the 400. There it is. Yeah, I was like, Matt's like a working guy. It's not going to be the Pixis 6. It's going to be like something, like maybe a Burano or something. I thought maybe it would have been a Burano. I didn't expect a C400. Let me look at the C400 really quick. Let's see. Let's see how much that costs. Actually, it's not that much. Man, Matt, haven't camera prices gone down like crazy? Oh. I'm pretty sure a lot of Sony people might say that that's true as well. But I hear a lot of issues with like the Burano's UV, or it's IR. Sorry, it's IR cut is not strong enough or whatever. Man, it's so crazy that the camera is only $8,000. That's crazy. I know I said only $8,000, but like when I was doing a lot more like camera work and stuff and production, like we're talking like 2015, cameras were like this camera would be like, with what this spec is, I mean, first of all, it wouldn't exist in 2015, but it would be like $20,000. So it's just crazy, man. What's up, Rainbow Mess? What's going on? Oh, you know what I did lately? Okay. Also, real quick, anybody in the chat have a Lexicon PCM42 that they want to sell me for $800? I really want a PCM42, and all of them are more than that. So if you have a PCM42 and you're in the chat right now, I will buy it from you for $800, and you're doing it as a favor for me. What have I been doing around here? Thinking about the Halloween video, not making the Halloween video. What else? Nothing really. Just got out of the pool before dinner, so I figured I have 5 minutes to pop in. Well, thank you for popping in. No Autumn tonight. No Autumn. It's so quiet without Autumn. Julian says, what do you think of the Korg SV2? You know what? I wish I could have an SV2 only because of the speakers. I know that sounds really weird, but I just want to have speakers on this piano. But also, you know what? To be honest, Julian, I've been thinking about going away from my Korg. I've been getting more people asking me to play live, and I just refuse to. I literally refuse because I don't want to pull it out and do all this stuff. So I've been really thinking of finally migrating to the Yamaha CP73, whatever that one's called. There's someone, whatever. I would prefer an SV2 if I could own it and whatever, but literally I got asked to do like a show like last minute, and I wanted to play with her, but I just was like, dude, I just don't want to do this life with my setup right now. So Catherine says, did you delete your Twitter? I put it on pause again. I've just been sort of off and on like Twitter because like it's getting close to the election time. There's just more people with too many opinions about, like, I really just want, I thought it was music and fun, but just like people like want to be so political. And I you know, it's crazy. I know that people eat me up for this or something because like you'd be like, you know, like people will DM me. I know it sounds bizarre. People will DM me about like, are you going to speak up about like Israel, Palestine? Like people legitimately email me or DM me. They're like, aren't you going to say something? I'm just like, how, like what in the world? Nuanced topics like politics and people, because I'm somewhat visible. And so I know that people be like, I want you to speak up on things, but you know what? In my world, I like to try to compartmentalize things. And, so in my world of online Twittering and stuff, I just want to have fun with you guys. And I just want to have like a positive experience the whole time. So yes, I am off Twitter. I got to keep it for work, but it's legitimately awful. it's just you think you're safe, but then somebody who you know, because they post about the politics, it creates like this idea that the people you follow are politics types people, and I'm just like, man, all right. Frank says, I think we all need quiet synth talk time without politics. The only political thing I'll say is that I just don't care. I hate everyone. I don't like a lot of it. It all feels bought. It feels weird. Aquatic Borealis says, remember when social media wasn't toxic? Seems like another world now. I think it's just this, I was watching this video about like the internet is dead, and it was basically saying like a lot of the internet is just, essentially it's just bot activities. And my thing is, I mean, it really kind of, it's because you don't know if it is or not that it just feels so weird. Like, I don't know. I just can't stand, like, so Bad Snacks will post something. I should be like, oh, I really hate, like, I mean, I'm not saying this is a post, but I'm saying she'll say something like, oh, I really love a violin, the sound of this electric violin on this track. It sounds so juicy. And then some bot will see a keyword juicy, and then they'll post like, oh, you think that's juicy? You want to get my juicy ass like taco on this, and it's a link to OnlyFans, and it's just like a bot response to like keywords, like an algorithm. It's just too much. No, Autumn 2020. Me and Autumn will be hanging out sometime next week. Oh, here's a big thing. Tomorrow night, guys. I'm not saying it's going to be the best concert ever, but I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Tomorrow night at the Hollywood Bowl, it's going to be Justice and Thundercat. Now, if you're going to that show and you live in LA, DM me or whatever. I guess I'm not on Twitter, so you can do it on Instagram. But it's Justice and Thundercat at the Hollywood Bowl tomorrow night. I'm going to be so lit. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Thundercat opening for Justice? Oh, wow. Yes, they're playing together. That's crazy. That's like, I mean, the only other thing that could perfect that lineup would somehow be like if also like Parliament Funkadelic joined Thundercat, and then you had like, oh my gosh. So excited. I mean, oh yeah, Thundercat is opening. But here's the thing. Thundercat has a couple tracks on their new album. So I kind of assume he'll perform those tracks with them. But yeah, it's I mean, he might play with them because he's got the song. He could play bass because he's on the last track of their new album, hyper whatever something. Oh yeah, Catherine, I saw Parliament play 9 songs. The set was 3 hours long. Was George Clinton standing up or was he in a chair? Because George Clinton be just sitting at these concerts now, and it's cool. Because he still rocks the house. Chicano says Tame Impala shows up at Ben Gibbard is in the crowd and joins them too. That would be amazing. I can't imagine Tame Impala won't be there. I mean, Tame Impala is so popular right now, but their lead single off Hyper Drama or whatever is featuring Tame Impala, so. And it's at the Hollywood Bowl, and Hollywood Bowl is like so notorious for like guest stars, so I just don't see how it couldn't happen. You know? I don't know. Man, I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited for tomorrow night. Yeah. Oh, he was standing. Oh man, I love Parliament. I'm not saying there's nothing that would keep me away from a Parliament show, but if Parliament's playing and George Clinton's healthy and everything, I mean that's about to be just the funkiest, like you said, 3 hours, man. Anyways, and yeah, Tame Impala has the thing with Thundercat too. See, it's a whole orgy of just. It could be incredible last night. There's gonna be a lot of CBD tomorrow night. Oh my gosh! And then there's an after party in downtown for Flying Lotus. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave now because I'm too hyped now. I just want to go and just be super hyped off of this for the next 24 hours, man. Anyway. Autumn will be back next week, or Autumn and I will be together in person next week. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye-bye.